Today there's a problem for Christians and non-Christians alike, and it's something that we've ever been struggling with, and it's recorded in Scripture several times, and that is idolatry, or worshiping a false god, putting other things before one true God. And we're going to look at Isaiah 57, verses 11 through 13. God says to His people, He says, "Whom have you so dreaded and feared, that you have been false to me, and have neither remembered me, nor pondered this in your hearts? Is it not because I have long been silent that you do not fear me?" That's verse 11. He's saying, what are you into? What are you putting your security in? What are you worshiping that has caused you to turn from me, to be false to me? What are you worshiping? What are you so interested in? What is holding your interests in your faith that has caused you to not remember me? What has caused you to not think about me and have me in your heart? Is it because I have been silent that you do not fear me? Is it because I am not accessible like the idols that you worship, like the statues of stone, which you can see? God is saying all these things. Why? What have I done? Is it because I am not carved out of wood or stone that you do not fear me, you do not hold me in your heart, and you do not think about me? Verse 12 says, "I will expose your righteousness and your works, and they will not benefit you." God again is saying, hey, what's going on here? Why are you not turning towards me? Why are you turning towards works and things that will not benefit you? In verse 13, he hits the people hard, and he says, "When you cry out for help, let your collection of idols save you. The wind will carry all of them off, a mere breath will blow them away. But the man who makes me his refuge will inherit the land and possess my holy mountain." So, if we break this up into the last section, God is saying, hey, if you're gonna worship your idols, and you're not going to ponder me in your heart, and you're not going to make me the center, when you need help, see how far those idols get you. When a mere breath of God's will blow them away. God is basically saying, I am something so much more. I have something so much more powerful than your idols. It says the wind will carry them off, and a mere breath will blow them away. So why do they not take refuge in Him? The purpose of this post is not to so much explain in detail all of that, but it's to be a guide and a warning sign to us that we shall put everything into God and not into idols. Would we really want to be all in for something that God can destroy, something that God created and can destroy with a single breath? No. The passage ends with God saying, "But the man who makes me his refuge will inherit the land and possess my holy mountain." Something that a breath cannot carry away, something that is not false, and something that is true. See, when we walk with God, it's not always easy, but it's worth it. God created all things. He created the wood and the stone that were later carved into idols. So instead of worshiping the idols, why wouldn't we worship the Creator of all things? In that way, when the storm does come, when the winds do blow, we know that we are anchored in this faith, and we are not with the wind. We're not going to just blow away or be destroyed by anything the earth can bring us. If we're hand in hand with our Creator of all things, then we're safe, and we are saved. So that is Isaiah 53, 11 through 13. I've entitled this, at least in my Bible, "Idolatry Worship versus Godly Worship." Read Isaiah 57, verses 11 through 13. Analyze these passages. I would strongly recommend that you separate them by verse. Each one of them has a meaning. 11, 12, and 13. They're three separate meanings, but they are written together to form a concept. Read those, see if you can see what I'm talking about, idolatry versus godly worship, and figure out what side of the fence you're on, or what side of the fence you should be on if you're not there already. and really pray on that fact.